Welcome. Okay, what I've done today is uploaded this little video to kind of get you going on your work for next Monday. Um, and the topic of this little mini lecture is drafting paragraphs. What I want to talk about is some strategies for shaping the little information units that we have in informative writing or resource style writing. So a little practice doing that with this activity. The two activities you're asked to do and link up to your wiki main page on Monday are both scrambled uh, paragraph parts that you're asked to reshape. When you reshape them, you want to think about the beginning, the middle, and the end of the paragraphs and how it all works together. And if you look at the lecture, you begin by announcing your topic, and that's the generalization that tells what's going to be in the paragraph. And as I've said before, paragraphs are usually lists of reasons, lists of alternatives, lists of ways of doing things, lists of steps for doing things, and so forth. So see your paragraphs kind of in that way. You want to use the strategies for helping readers get information when you're writing like this. And one of those main ones is to generalize before you get to the details. That way, when your reader gets to the details of what you're talking about, they'll have a better idea of what's coming. So always make the general point. For example, the point that I made was that paragraphs are always lists. When you get to assembling your paragraph, you'll say, okay, what am I listing here? Does it look like a list? Because you have that concept in your mind for starters. So that's a good thing to do. When you get down actually to putting those things into a list, you want to think of them as how to rank them. Usually the most important thing first, least important thing last. But if it's a sequence, you want to go in the topic in the sequence of time for things. Um, think about your reader. What question is going to be uppermost in your reader's mind? What words can you use to make sure that the reader is getting the point that you want to make? So you put that first when you're creating the actual substance of the paragraph, and then at the end of the paragraph, you want to give some kind of summary, like a little conclusion. These ideas, these reasons, these categories, these points. See. Um, and kind of wrap it up for your reader and move on to the next paragraph. And we'll talk about how to move from paragraph to paragraph, using transitions in the future. Conventional strategies that you can also use for organizing your paragraphs, cause and effect. First the cause, then the effect. Least important to most important, or rather, least general to most general. Least specific to most specific, or most specific to least specific. These are common kinds of ways of organizing paragraphs that have been passed down for centuries, really, and they're still useful. So you can consult those in a textbook or remember them from having learned them in your composition classes, in other writing classes that you've had. You want to make sure also that you reveal the organization of what you're doing. So you'll put in what we call sequencers, first, second, third, or you'll put in additives like additionally, next, also. Then you'll put in contradictives, however, but, nevertheless, conditionals, other kinds of things that help the reader understand the information that's coming at them. The information flow is a very uh, 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 consistent, and so that they can react along the way, because it's not just a flow of information from one person to the other. There's a reaction that you want your reader to have, and so anticipate that reaction as you move from sentence to sentence. How are they understanding the information more now than they did in the last sentence? And then finally, when you're moving from sentence to sentence, pick up something from the previous sentence and add it to the new sentence. Usually it's a word. So you could say, uh, pet grooming is an activity that should be handled with great care. Care in pet grooming means that pet grooming is informed by understanding of the necessities of pet grooming, the necessities of pet grooming, and then you go on. So you bring your ideas together in a way that makes for a consistent flow of thought, so that your reader is with you as you're going along, which is what you want. So take a shot at these exercises that we have on topic 7, and I'll be back on Monday, and I'll look forward to your proposals, and which are due on Wednesday. And then these exercises, we'll have a little discussion about them and talk about them on Monday. So have a great week and weekend, and I'll see you next week.